Welcome into 12th Man Studios for another episode of Higgins Hindsights. I'm Lexi Turnbow, and here to talk about the start of the spring season is men's golf head coach JT Higgins and sophomore golfer Dan Erickson. Coach, I know it has to be hard for the team to get back into the mindset of competitive play after being away from it for a while. I also know that the conditions at the Arizona Intercollegiate didn't help them very much. So talk about this tournament and talk about the conditions.
Well, Tucson was windy and dry. I remember yesterday I looked down at my hands and I felt like I was 100 years old. They're all cracked and dried out. So it was tough. You know, it was probably definitely the hardest wind we've played in a couple years for sure. And so, you know, the guys did a pretty good job. I think it kind of got to us at the end, towards the end of the first round. But man, they bounced back great the next 2 days, and we played, I think, 11 under from that point. But just, you know, that first round got us a little bit. But I think we learned a lot from it, and I think we learned that we've got to get better in the wind, because we're going to play in that at the SECs, we're going to play it at the national championships, we might even play it at regionals, at traditions. It can blow out here. So, you know, we just got to do a better job of handling that. But it gave us something to build on, something to work towards. And at the same time, we had a pretty good finish anyway, even though we really didn't play our best. And, you know, I think that says a lot about this team and where we're headed.
Talking about them bouncing back and making a great finish, they ended up taking second. What were you telling them pre-tournament and even during the tournament to keep them in that winning mindset? Well,
the biggest thing for us is that, you know, we're set on trying to win an SEC and national championship this year. We have that caliber of a team. So we can't really get caught up in judging ourselves about how the rest of the field's playing. We have to hold ourselves to a standard of, you know, well, what's good for us? You know, what should we be doing here? And I think they realized that first round that we're a better team than that, than what we showed. And they came back and strong. And, you know, it took an unbelievable effort by Arizona. That's probably the best round that they've played in a decade, to beat us and just nip us by a couple. So, you know, hats off to them. They played great. They earned the win. But at the same time, I think we're not close to playing our best golf yet, and we're going to be a tough team to beat down the road.
Dan, this was your first start of the season, and you began the first round shooting 9 over, and then you bounced back and came and ended the second and third round going 4 under and then 3 under, and you ended up tying for third. What do you think allowed you to make that comeback?
Tough conditions in the first round, just got off to a bad start. But even with the bad start, I knew that, you know, there's a lot of high scores out there, so even with a bad start, there's a lot of shots to get back once the conditions started to easy up. So just kept going and stayed patient and played my game, and that's what happened.
Well, a little fun fact, you actually represented Texas A&M for the first time at the 2017 Arizona Intercollegiate. So how far do you think you've come over this year, and how do you think the coaches and other players have helped you?
A lot, I think. I felt like I played below average golf for the first day this year, and I was in 25th, I think, after the first day, and I think I played pretty good the last year after the first day. I was probably in like 40th. So I just think my teammates and coaches have helped me just get better over the past year, and I think it's translated to better scores too.
Coach, I know in the past you have said that this team has the potential to be a championship caliber team. Starting spring, the season isn't going to be easy. So what do you hope to see from them this spring?
Well, we want to see great work ethic, which they've been amazing. It is a great group. They're a fun group to be around. I think, you know, we had a great time this week, and they're all hardworking. They're mentally, they get better every single time we tee it up. You know, Dan's not going to talk himself up, but he was unbelievable. You know, he was way over par, and he was fine. You know, he knew he was going to get it back, and he was hitting good shots, and putts weren't falling, and all those kind of things. And he just stayed stuck with his game plan. And battled through, and we see that a lot. This team just gets better and better at that every time. So, and that's how we have to be. You know, it can't be an emotional roller coaster. You know, where we're constantly, you know, getting upset about bad shots or bad holes or even a bad round. We just have to be as steady as we possibly can, knowing that we prepared, that we're, you know, the talent and the ability and the mental toughness is going to be there, because this team really is exciting for me, because I think not only are we talented, we're really deep. The competition's great at home, and we're going to continue to see that in qualifiers. And then when you go on the road, everyone knows they have to play well to keep the guys from taking their spot. So just a phenomenal job by everybody, and I think the best is yet to come.
Well, you'll head to Hawaii in a couple of weeks for the John A. Burns Intercollegiate.
Don't tell me you want to volunteer to go.
I know, where's my ticket? I'm still waiting. But I know this tournament brings a lot of fun, a lot of new experiences, but also a lot of hard work. So what are you telling the team leading up? What are some things that you're doing to get prepared?
Well, Hawaii's great because we know we're going to play in the wind again. It's right on the ocean, and the wind blows there every day. The field is really strong, so we're going to play against some great teams, and it's just more great preparation for as we go down the road. And then it's a great trip too. One of the best things about Hawaii is how hard I know they're going to work over this next 10 days because no one wants to get left home from that, right? So they're going to put everything they've got into qualifier, and they know what a great trip it is. A week in Hawaii is worth the work. So I think that's probably what we're going to get out of it. And then it's early, or our championship's not till May. But we've got this one and Hawaii, and then we go to Louisiana, and then it really gets started in March. So these are kind of preseason, get things right and see where we can go from there.
Well, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you back here for the next edition of Higgins Hindsights.